first and foremost, thank you for, you know what I'm saying, accepting the invitation, bro. It's definitely a pleasure, you know what I'm saying. I go by the name of Stranger, you know what I'm saying. El Imperio Records, El Imperio TV, where hip hop has no borders, is the show. You know what I'm saying? Is the show where we shed talent, definitely, you know, all types of talent, not only, you know, rappers, singers, also food businesses. You know what I mean? I want to also interview actors and just all types of talent, you know, and basically building a whole network of just a lot of dope talent. You know what I mean? So definitely thank you for, you know, accepting the invitation, bro. And
For having me. It's an honor to be here, bro. I'm excited.
yeah, bro. Episode number 60, man. I've been definitely meeting a lot of great talent. Records that you know what I mean. For example, your album Reload. You know what I mean. Talk to us about how long did it take you to put this album together?
Reload took me a little over a year to get it ready. Not only because it took me some time to get the songs ready, written, mixed, mastered, but some of the features that I got on there are from bigger artists, and they had to clear with their label if they're even able to collab with me on that album or on those tracks. And so it took some time for them to get the clearance and make sure that everything was working as far as like copyrights and publishing and contracts and things like that. But once I got it all done, then they sent me the green light, like, hey, yo, label say we good. We started putting the music out.
Man, yeah, that's crazy. 20 tracks, right? 20 tracks on this album, Reload, and it's been doing great on the Billboard charts, right? Talk to us about like what does that feel like?
Which was like surprising to me, dude, because I didn't ever expect that like to be reaching like that kind of level of notoriety on like on my album. But then I started getting like the notifications, and I was able to get like some plaques made, and I'm like, bro, like it took me by surprise for sure. I never had that before, so it's my second album, and I never had it happen. So
What's like the craziest region that you see that they're listening to you?
so if you look at the plaques that I got a placement on the charts from Mongolia, from the Bahamas, from Anguilla, which is like a British island. Tons of streams domestically. I mean, it's been worldwide, dude. Like it's really been pretty much from anywhere that you can imagine. I've had followers hit me up from Egypt, India, Greece and Europe, and just all kinds of different places, bro. It's amazing, bro. I'm super grateful.
Yeah, man, and honestly, like I was listening to the album, right? And is the first record Make Way, right?
Yep, make way.
Talk to us a little bit about like what's your process on beat selection when it comes to your records or to the record like Make Way?
So I don't really necessarily have like a set process for picking the beats. It's just I'll be listening to some tracks, I'll be listening to some beats, and then if I get the inspiration and like I feel like yo this hard, and sometimes I'll just feel it because there's beats that I can listen to and I can write songs to it no problem and put out bangers to whatever beats. But sometimes it doesn't pull me that way. You know what I mean? So I can make a song and leave it for someone else to get on. Like, hey, have this feature, have this song. This is all you if you want it, bro. And then there's those beats that I listen to them and I'm like, all right, now this is me. I gotta have this on the album. And so Make Way was one of the ones that like was one of the earlier tracks that I made. And when I
Yeah.
wrote it and finished recording it and I'm listening to it, I'm like, this sounds like I'm coming out with my next project. Like that's where I started deciding that I was ready to start working on the next album, and Make Way like one that I felt was a good opener for it.
But was it wasn't the first track that you made like the start of that album, was it?
No, when I made Make Way, I already had a few other songs made, but I
Yeah.
hadn't really like made up my mind that I was gonna make an album. And so I just had the songs there because I still wasn't sure if I wanted to put out just singles or put an album. We were working with my label because at All Cost Entertainment we have other artists, and so we were working with these other artists as well, helping them develop. And
Yeah.
so the really fully solidified yet. I was just working on songs. And then finally, when I said, you know what, I think I want to put an album out. And I started like gathering the songs and kind of curating what I wanted to put on there. That's when I started focusing more. I'm like, all right, this song's for the album. This song's not. This song will make it for maybe the next album. Because I did record some songs that I was hoping to put on the next album. And then I did have some songs that I thought about putting on the album, but they just didn't make it.
Wow. How many tracks would you say that you had when it came down to, like basically picking what's going to be on the album? Like how many tracks you think you had in total?
I want to say, oof. And it wasn't a whole lot that didn't make it, maybe 5 to 10 songs that didn't make it.
Yeah.
And some songs were just didn't make it, not because they weren't dope, but because they weren't completed in time. There were songs that I was waiting to get features from other artists or that I was just waiting to finish them. And, either I wasn't motivated enough to finish them yet, or I was too motivated about what I already had that it didn't even matter if I made it or not. Know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. And I saw you've worked with producers Anno Domini, right?
Dominic, yeah.
And Anno Domini, yeah.
Hey, bro,
Um,
a great producer. This album has beats from Anno Domini, The Legion, DJ Flip, who great producer. My boy Freddy Fresco, bro, he was on there and he killed the beats that I got on there. I got a song with Team Revolver, which is a Mexican artist out of a label named Rich Vagos. I don't know if you're familiar with Rich Vagos, but Fetty murdered that beat from me, bro. And so, just like the beat, we have to go in there and kill it with a vengeance, man.
yeah, you got some big names on that album too, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
What's
I gotta
what's
say, bro, like, all the producers that I work with are the ones that like really were able to help me make this album as fire as it is.
and what comes next now? Like that the album drop, you know, are we seeing like some shows in the near future or how's it
So the
look?
next year in 2025 and in 2024, actually, we did a lot of shows, bro, and so that kind of did help like solidify me as an artist. But right now, our main focus is one, this album. Two, we do got some music coming out with some of the artists on our label, and you guys can go to our website at allcosttnt.com and check out everything there. So we're working on them. We got some singles for them that are coming. We're gonna be working on some music videos and like pretty much some content that we're gonna put out through social media. But this album still got a lot to go. It's still got a lot of juice in it. And so for now, for this year, we're still gonna be focusing on pushing Reload. My producer Fetty got some work that he's gonna be doing and releasing soon. UK, Yanko, all the Aussie, all Romeo, all the artists that we work with, bro. They got fire coming out. And so I mean, I'm hoping that we could even get them on this platform so that way you can see what they got as well.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. You know, this is your house too. You know what I'm saying? This platform is for all talent. You know what I mean? Definitely, that's what it's about. You know what I'm saying? Where hip hop has no borders. You know what I mean? So that's fire, man. Not definitely. Wishing y'all all the best of success. You know, on all the projects. You know what I mean?
I
And
already
and
did start working on what's gonna be the next album. I don't have a name for it yet or nothing. I mean, it's still in the very, very early stages. We did start getting some features from some new artists or some bigger artists, not new, but bigger artists and new features from me for this new album. I won't say who, just so that way it can stay a surprise. Because I mean, I got huge names on this Reload album, but this following album, we're trying to go even bigger than that. So again, I don't want to say a whole lot because I'm excited, bro. But yeah, really a whole lot to go. Go check out all the songs. Shout out to all the producers. Shout out to all the fans. Shout out to all the artists that made it on the album, bro. I'm so happy about this like project. It's opened so many doors for me. Like I've been doing so much cool shit that I've never ever got a chance to do before. So I'm really grateful.
no, definitely, bro. I saw features MCMAGIC, right? Crooked Eye.
Magic is probably one of my biggest records ever, bro. Ever in life. Like that's one of the ones that changed my life.
And talk to me a little bit about like the music scene out there. Like, do you think, because what I've noticed that there's like it's it's sometimes hard for the city to love their own. You know what I mean? Has
Yeah.
that been a challenge for you?
Well, I mean, I've been doing music for over 24 years, dude. So I have gotten experience like how hard it is to make it, especially locally. But then I have experience also that once you get to a certain level where you reach a certain level of success, then your own city starts kind of embracing you, and they start not hating as much once you start showing the proof. Know what I mean? I think at first everybody kind of just like speculates that you're not gonna be able to do much, or that like they see all the artists kind of like on an even playing field, and then you start noticing who's really putting in the work, who's really grinding it out. Like, know what I mean? Because there's like you can't really just think of it as, oh well, this rapper has skill, this rapper got talent, this rapper. You got to think about how hard they're going or how much like effort they're putting into their hustle. Because a lot of times you might have all the talent in the world, but if you ain't hustling, you ain't gonna get there. And there's people out there that maybe don't have the best of talent, but their work is so like, know what I mean, heavy that it outweighs the talent, and they still end up getting somewhere. You see what I mean?
Yeah, consistency is definitely key to
So hard.
making.
I sit in a position where they couldn't deny me anymore.
Word. And what else can we expect? Like, do you got like merch? Like let's get the people tuned in, you know, because honestly, like the album, it's a pretty dope album, bro.
Yeah, no, so we do have some merch on the website, ATALLCOSTENT.com. We do have some other projects that we're working on as far as merch and some other cool things that we're bringing for everybody. For the most part, right now, we're really like trying to get the music out there, because that's what's gonna bring the people in. That's what's gonna magnetize everybody and draw them to us, is how fire the dope is, and then from there we'll get a chance to show everybody what else we got, shows, merch, or other projects that we got coming soon.
Yeah. Definitely the rollout. That's definitely important. Um, who's someone that you haven't worked with that you know what I mean? It's like it's on your list that you want to work with.
Oh, Snow the Product. Easy answer one. You know what I mean? We almost made it happen, bro. We almost made it happen. And just unfortunately she wasn't able to make the trip to where she was gonna go with the producer that was gonna get that like arranged. And so we didn't get to do it. MX, famous Mexican rapper, another one that I definitely want to be able to work with.
Yeah,
Let me see who else. I'd like to work with Russ. I think Russ can really spit. Like, know what I mean?
yeah.
Who's do I want to work with? There's a few, bro, that are really like, know what I mean,
I
heavy
just
hitters. There's some that just I grew up listening to that I want to work with just because I grew up like Lil Rob, classic Chicano legend, bro. Like I want to work with Lil Rob because I grew up listening to him. I want to work with Scott Storch. I've talked with Scott Storch a few times already, but I would like to be able to at least get some production with him just because I do like admire his work.
right.
Super Fingers, same thing. I grew up listening to Fingers. I'd like to work with him. Let's see, who else? Who else? I mean, even
What's some
like hip hop, dude. Fuerza Régida, Grupo Firme. Know what I mean? Some reggaeton artists, Nicky Jam, Maluma. Like, there's a few that are outside of the hip hop genre that I would also like to work with, just because they're fired.
Yeah, no, 100%, bro. I could see it too. You know what I'm saying? Which is pretty dope because it shows
Now,
versatility.
I got a homie out in California, Romy Rome, that we're in talks about seeing what we could do to get a song with Bow Wow, and whether it's either for his project or something I can put on my album, or even just to put out as a single. But just if we can make it happen, I mean, shit, y'all tag Bow Wow in the comments and see. We'll see if we can get him in there.
Word. Definitely put some fire emojis if y'all could see that happening. You know what I mean? Ayo Soldier featuring Bow Wow. That sounds interesting, to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? That could be definitely, you know what I mean? One of those that
Another one that
you
I
could.
really would like to have for my next album. I was thinking about that actually earlier today. Aquid. Bro, Aquid like was so influential for me growing up. I've had every single Aquid album that you could ever think of. Every Aquid song ever released, I know it by heart. Like I'm probably the biggest Aquid fan you ever met, bro.
Yo, I want to send a quick shout out to your homie Romy Rome because I heard his verse on that track y'all got on there. It was a fire verse.
Killing it with the promo too, like the way you've been pushing that song. Like he's gotten attention from celebrities, bro. We're talking about like Mario Lopez, Shaq, Boyz II Men, Nate Diaz. Like this dude is out here pushing his music like nothing. He's a great team member, bro, for sure.
That's fire. That's fire. Yeah, I remember. Quick story. When I was working for Warner Music Group, Atlantic and Atlantic Records, I remember when I was leaving the building and Mario Lopez was in the elevator. You know what I'm saying? And it kind of I was like, oh shit, I haven't heard his name. You know what I'm saying? In a while, type of thing. Um, Let me see who. Uh, So we got 20 tracks, bro. Like I think I'm only 17 tracks in, to be honest with you, because honestly, I think the very first record, you know, it kind of pulls you in. You know what I mean? I thought it was a dope record for like a. It's not. I wouldn't say an intro, but it's definitely the opener of the album.
Okay. And out of all the tracks, which one do you think stood out the hardest?
Um, Damn, that's a tough one, bro. Yeah, that's a tough one. Make a Way is definitely one. You got a few singles on there. You got a few singles. I gotta look at the track listing. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Walk with me because this album is definitely fire. Hold on a second. You got a few records on there. The one with Bobby Shmurda is definitely dope too.
Yeah. Shout out to Bobby.
The one where Romy Rome is fire.
Romy Rome killed it. And if you hear that track, there's like some DJ scratching. That's my producer Fetty right there. That's the label CEO doing that scratch.
Oh, that's why Romy Rome he mentioned Fetty, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't sure. I kind of was like I thought I was kind of expecting like him to spit a verse,
Okay.
but
No, we got
because
him on the scratch on that one. No, Fetty, we got him on the song called Out the Trenches. It's him and Ferragamo, but that song's fucking nasty too.
yeah, man, like this. I think the very first. Let me see. No lie, the first 10 tracks, I was like, shit, like that's solid. You know what I'm saying? And I'm on 17 now.
Yeah, like this is definitely a fan favorite. Like whenever we perform it, we get
Yeah,
people to dance, bro. Like I'll
100%.
go and I'll tell the people like, hey, we need the dancers. Like if you can bust a move, come out here. We're gonna get down. Like I want to see what y'all got. And people start dancing. Like I got some dope videos of that shit. They start break dancing and shit.
Yeah. Nah, you got a lot of heat on there. I was listening to the album and I was like, damn, like you got a solid show.
Yeah. Yeah,
You
whenever we
got
perform, like I can usually condition to perform 30 to 45 minutes, which is pretty much like the whole album. But then we do bring out the other artists on the team. Like I said, we got it's me, it's Fetty, we got Yanko, UK, Ozzy, Demo, and like I mean, we're always looking for new talent as well. So I mean, you might see some new names coming up soon. Romy Rome. I mean, if we could get him out here to do some shows with us, because in California, we're in New Mexico, so we working from state to state. But if we could get him on some stages, then definitely get him out here because he's got a ton of talent. Romy Rome about to go hit America's Got Talent. Fetty, he's our CEO, but like he doing big things in the production world. He does TV syncing and like he produces for other big artists and he's doing this big thing as well. So I mean, we're all moving, dude. Everybody on the team got something to offer, and I love that. Well, shout out to my boy Don Wick. He's out in Memphis, and bro, I have a song called "About the Hustle" on my album. It's got
yeah.
featuring Don Wick, and then I have another song called "Without You." It's like a love jam, also featuring Don Wick. Fire, bro.
Word. Definitely shout out to all the features that you got on there, man. Uh, from Dom Wick, from Romy Rome, the even King Lil G.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? MCMAGIC we mentioned. Yo, shout out to everyone did their thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, and it's cool because the artists that I work with, like, they haven't been stuck up. That's what I like. Know what I mean? That's what I really gotten like to understand with some of these artists. They're actually cool. Like, I had a conversation with Bobby. Bobby was cool. I got into, Magic was cool when, like, as fuck, we got that feature done. He's the one that reached out to me. Because what I did is when I was doing the song with Salina, the singer on the hook, it was just
Yeah.
me and her on the track. And like I was putting the beat together, and I called her like, "Hey, I need you to get over here like today." And I went and picked her up, and we got the project done. And I posted a preview,
Yeah.
and my followers sent it to Magic, and Magic sent me a voice memo. I still have it, where he's like, "Hey, bro, I like what you're doing there. Let me get a verse on that. Let me help you put it out." And I'm like, "Say less." And from there, we started working. I sent him the track that day, and he had
Yeah.
the verse back to me within like 3 days. But he told me, "Let me check with my label to make sure that there's not going to be no contractual issues." And it took like a year, bro. Like a year later, he hit me back and he's like, "Hey, you good to release the song? Do whatever you're going to do." And that's when we started putting the album out.
Damn, that's crazy.
It took a
That's
while. That one
yeah.
and the Revolver, the Team Revolver song, that one is also one that took about a year to get done. Oh,
Um.
Joe Maynard also. Joe Maynard was another one that took about a year. So those three were the ones that took the longest to get done.
Wow, that's crazy.
I do have a
That,
music video with Joe Maynard coming real soon, and then I have another one for a song called "Lately." That one's a solo that I'm going to be working on, dropping a video to that real soon, and then plus the videos that we're doing for the other team members.
and that's word, word, yo. The whole at all costs entertainment, right? Like how many people you got you like are part of the label, huh? Like you got a whole like a big staff or
I mean, we have a lot of artists, dude. So like, as far as the artists, everybody on here is actually an artist. Myself, Fetty, Ozzy, Jimo, Yanko, UK, Rome. We're all artists. But now, administrative, you got Fetty as the CEO and producer and DJ, and handling like a lot of the business stuff. And then I'm partnered with him as far as the artist. I'm also an A&R, president of the label. So like Fetty and I will go out there and we'll meet with these executives, and we'll hold down the business meetings. We'll plan the moves, and we'll open these doors. And then we bring the work back to the artist, and we'll say, "All right, this is what we did. We got an interview for this artist. We got a feature for this artist. We got a show for this artist. We got you on the radio for this artist." Like, you know what I mean? We stay consistently putting in that work, not just for myself, but for all the artists, so that way everybody gets a chance to grow. And they've been growing, and we've gotten a chance to get them features and big name features as well. You know what I mean? So make sure that like I'm not the only one that's like getting big name features or growing or making sure that my project is big. We're making sure that everybody's equally getting that growth.
yeah, nah, that's definitely dope that everyone's moving like a team, and that like you mentioned earlier that everyone contributes something, you know what I mean? So
Hmm?
that's definitely solid right there.
Everybody like raps different. Everybody brings something that different style to the table, so it's dope to see.
Yeah, 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 for sure. For sure. Are you familiar with Muelas?
Muelas? No,
Yeah.
what is that?
No? He's an MC from Mexico, I believe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure from La Ciudad de Mexico, but I kind of want to say he is from La Ciudad de Mexico, but he
Muelas. I'm gonna have to check them out.
I just heard a record him featuring Alemán. You know Alemán?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, Alemán and Sinful El Pecador. And bro, that record is fire too.
Okay, Aleman is one that I think would be dope to get a feature with as
Yeah,
well. But like as far as like Mexican rappers, because of who I listen to the most, like I listen to Jera MX the most,
yeah,
and then Vagos just as a team, Santa Fe Clan, Snow Product, and then Aleman falls like after that, and Tornillo, and like a bunch of other like artists that are kind of in that same circle.
yeah.
But if I can get that Kera MX feature, bro, that'd be insane, dog.
That'll be fire for sure. For sure. Now, I recently interviewed El Tope from Made por la Calle.
Okay.
Have you heard? Are you familiar with corridos tumbados?
Yeah, I have a corrido made myself.
And have you heard of the that one record La Pastilla?
No, that one I haven't.
No, it's Lil Chris con El Dope.
Okay.
You know, La Pastilla is the single. Smash, bro.
Okay.
That's that record is out of here. And I just interviewed him recently, and bro, that record is like a smash for sure. Who are some artists that you listen to nowadays?
So I like to listen to, let me see, what's on my playlist currently? I've been listening to a lot of not young boy, drummer boy, young drummer boy.
Um,
I fuck with drummer. I'm trying to get drummer on my album. I worked with him on a show that he did in Albuquerque, and
yeah,
you know it went good, dude. So I'm hoping to get him on the album on this next album, hopefully. Let me see. I listen to a lot of underground artists too, like artists that are kind of up and coming.
yeah,
And so like Matt Harrison, multi-season. Um, Damn, I'm drawing a blank. I do listen to a lot of local stuff, our own team as well, just because I'm always listening to like it's dope, honestly. Like I really do fuck with the music that we put out, so I
yeah.
listen to it on a regular basis. Who else do I catch myself bumping a lot? I mean, you always gotta have some J. Cole. You always gotta have the classics: Snoop, Drake, Pac, Am, 50.
Word.
Uh, Old school Game. I grew up on Game, so and I actually got a chance to talk with Game, which is dope. That I grew up listening to him, and then
Yeah.
he's reached out to me a few times already, talking about yo, your shit hard, your shit dope. And then I missed two chances already to get a track with the Game, so I'll get it eventually. But I missed two chances. I was like, fuck that one and Kevin Gates, bro. Those are two that really hurt. I missed two chances with Game, but although I already talked to him three times. And then I missed the one opportunity to work with Gates.
And with Kevin Gates, you said?
I was gonna
That's
try to have
crazy.
last
That's
album,
crazy, bro.
but
Um, and damn, what are like a hidden talent that you know what I mean? People might not know about you. You know what I'm
hidden
saying?
talents. I mean, I do a lot, dude. Because on top of the music, like I do engineer, mix, master. I mean, Fetty makes our beats because he's a beast. But from time to time, I do get in there and like mess around with the beats. I do like camera work. So like if you watch our music videos, the more often than not, I'm behind the camera shooting those videos or doing the edit work. If you see our event flyers or our show flyers, it's usually me that designs those flyers, or the cover art. Like for example, like I have a video on my Instagram about it. I designed my own cover art for the album, and I have a whole video of me putting the artwork together. So
Yeah.
I am a business graduate, so like I'm big on entrepreneurship, and I like hustling and making money. I am a father. I have three kids, and I love hanging out with my kids, bro. I love teaching them stuff, and like they're already great, getting to be older, so like teaching them to be grown men is always is real dope to me.
Yeah, definitely, man. Nah, definitely for shout out to you, bro, because that's definitely a lot on the schedule. You know what I'm saying? I'm definitely familiar with that type of schedule too. You know what I'm saying? So we definitely doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we stay on top of it. We gotta handle that business, dude.
Oh yeah, 100%, 100%.
Like consistently doing business, going to business meetings. Shout out to our sponsors, by the way. Cura, one of our sponsors. I'm drawing a blank quote. Hey, who are our sponsors? Remind me who our sponsors are. Oh yeah, Real. But come here. I'm gonna get my boy Fetty up in here with me. I'm gonna
Hey,
introduce y'all to Fetty.
yo, Fendi.
All right, so this is our CEO. This is Fetty Fresco, CEO and published producer.
Yo,
Sandy, this man,
Good
that's boss man.
to meet you.
Likewise, likewise, brother. Hell yeah.
El
Yeah.
Rancho Grill, Cura,
And Advanced Media.
Advanced Media.
That's it right now.
That's it right now. So anybody else want to step up and sponsor? We're always taking new sponsors in for sure.
Definitely, definitely. You know what I mean? Definitely. Let's shout out one more time where the people can catch. What's the website again? You know what I mean? At allcostentertainment.com. What's the website again?
Say it again.
Yeah, it's at allcostent.com. You get on there, you're gonna be able to find all the artists, all the music videos, the sponsors, all the merch, shows, anything that we're doing. You're gonna find it on there.
Fire. Definitely, bro. I'm definitely gonna, you know what I mean, keep spreading the word from my end because, you know what I mean. I honestly, I like what y'all doing. You know what I mean. I definitely, y'all gained another fan over here. You know what I'm saying. And definitely, I wanna salute y'all, man. Definitely spreading the word.
Fuck yeah, I appreciate that, bro. Thank you. We're gonna definitely say, watching your show, and if you want to get the other artists on here, I'll let them know. We'll bring them on so that way you can see what they got, bro. Everybody bringing that fire, and I'm telling you what, stay tuned because the features, the songs, the projects that we got coming, it's up from here, bro. It's so up from here.
Ask them if we can get out there and do shows, man.
Hey, yeah, I mean, if you can get us out there, we'll go make appearances, we'll do shows, we'll go meet and greets, whatever, dude. We'll be out there, bro.
Yeah. I'm gonna definitely connect. You know, shout out to Chris Jeebus artwork that he's one of the heavyweights out here in Rockford too. You know, he does art. You know, murals and canvases, all basically any kind of art that you could think of. You know, and he puts together some pretty dope shows. And definitely this is a good number of people out here that are doing some great things, you know. And now when the nicer weather approaches, I think, like I tell you, I was listening to the album and I was like, damn, you got a solid set where I think you would have the crowd. What I'm trying to say is that you would win the crowd over 100%, bro.
Oh man, hey, you just put the crowd in front of me. I got this. I love performing too, dude. I love sitting there talking to the crowd and kind of like getting to know them, vibing with them, and it just because like if you go to our shows, by the end of the show, they turn out like parties, bro.
Yeah, bro, I can tell from the just the sequence that you got on the album. You know what I mean? Was that intentional, the way that you got the tracks sequenced, or is that just kind of like?
No, when I put the album together, I did want to make sure that the songs or the vibe of the songs kind of had like a flow, like you know what I
Right,
mean. And then, but
right.
also like, because some songs have a bit of a more of a downer vibe than others. Know what I mean? So I didn't want to end the song by putting like the more slower downer songs at the end. I wanted to make sure that I ended it like on a high note, on a chill vibe. And so if you listen to the very last song, that Lots to Say with Selena, I specifically put that song there because it ends the album on a high note. It leaves you feeling good by the time you finish listening to it.
Okay. Yeah, I haven't heard that one. Just keeping it real, I haven't heard that one yet. Only because it's been kind of hard for me to pass just the first 10 tracks because it's like, yo, that record is fire. Like, and I end up, you know what I mean, playing it again, type of thing.
Oh,
You
snap,
know,
my son. Shout out to my son. Yeah, no, for sure, dude. Like that last song, it's called "Lots to Say." I placed it there because it felt like a celebration to me. If you listen to what I'm talking about, like on my verse, like there's a line on says like everybody's starting to surround. I got some fame now. What can they say now? Like that song felt like a celebration that I wanted to end the album on. It's like, yo, this album was a celebration to me, and this is how I want to end it.
nice. Did you? So where you're at right now in your career, right? Did you think that it would be like this big right now, in like this far into your career, or you know,
Mm.
like?
I always wanted to make something of it. I always wanted to reach a high level of like I guess stardom or status with the music. I just
Yeah.
never thought that I could I always knew that I had what it took or the hustle to do it. I just didn't know when I could expect it, if I could expect to reach it, and what it would look like when I actually did. And then once it started happening, everything started taking me by surprise. Like the conversations that I was having, the people that were reaching out, the shows, the podcast, TV interviews, radio show, everything started kind of just coming. And like next thing you know, we're like traveling, and we got a chance to go to, like, we were out in Denver, Colorado, and we hit the studio. And bro, like that studio was like the dopest studio I ever set foot in, from what I was used to recording to what I'm like used to recording like now. Like we're in there recording these tracks, and we got the producer talking about, oh, Kevin Gates just left like an hour ago. Ricky Martin wasn't here this morning. And I'm like, bro, like I'm in here now. You know what I mean? I'm walking through the hallways of that studio, and they have the platinum plaques of like Pitbull, B.O.B., Justin Bieber, Chris Brown. And I'm like, and now Soldier walking through that hallway about to get it down. And I'm like, bro, it's a blessing, dude. It really is.
Yeah, man. Damn, that's definitely a great feeling, right?
Oh, definitely, dude. Like, just, or to be able to hit like the road and go hit the studio and be like, yo, we hit the, it was label funds that was doing this. Like, you know what I mean? We're running off of like the money that we're making from this hustle. And so like it's on top of that, to be able to do it the way that we wanted to properly, like, you know what I mean, off of this music hustle, it really does feel good, bro. I've never had it, so I'm like, you probably see it, like I'm all excited about it just because it's new to me.
No, definitely, bro. You gotta definitely celebrate all your victories. You know what I mean? Then
I know you get like to see celebrities that they get tired of it. Like I remember we did we had an event where we got a chance to hang out with Crazy Bone for a second, and Ozzy, one of our artists, he was sitting there telling him, well, you made it. Like, what does it feel like? You know what I mean? And Crazy Bone was like, well, after a while, it's overrated. But because it's so new to me, like I haven't gotten to see that feeling, like where it's like, oh well, it's overrated, it's not all that. I'm like, to me it is all that because it's so new. Those doors are barely starting to open. I feel like Russ on that song where he's like, they let us in the rap game. Like that's how I'm feeling right now, dude.
Word. Nah, definitely, bro. Where can the people catch you? You know, for those that are tuned in now or that are gonna tune in later, let's give the people all your social media so that they can, you know, follow you.
So I'm on everything, but if you really, really want to get a hold of me, it's gonna be on Instagram. That's where most of my following is gonna be at. That's where I'm most active. But you could find me on TikTok, Snapchat, YouTube, Facebook. I mean, all my music is on Spotify, Apple Music, all those platforms. But we do encourage that you go to our website at allcosttnt.com. That's where you're really gonna find everything all in one place. All the information, all the videos, all the music, all the merch, all the artists, all the sponsors, everything is gonna be there. So if you're gonna go somewhere, go to our website first.
Nice, nice, nice. And what's your take on the AI artist?
That's it's a tricky spot to be in, dude, because you have machines that are making music, right? But they are being trained by music that was created by an actual person or an actual artist. And so, although I'm not against the AI movement, I'm against using it and bending morality or bending integrity while using it. You see what I'm saying? Because what you're seeing is like record labels and streaming platforms that are creating these AI music generation systems so that way they can create AI music, but then they're using the music from their artists that are either on the Spotify playlist or they're signed to those record labels, and those artists are giving up their rights as artists, as creators, to those labels and streaming platforms, who are later going to take those sounds and those songs and that talent, run it through their AI system, and now they're creating songs off of talent that came from an actual artist, but those artists gave up their rights to say, hey, you can't do that with my voice, you can't do that with my song, because just by being part of those platforms, they already give up those rights. So that's where I think it gets kind of weird with the AI. I'm not against it, but don't screw people over using it just for the sake of making a buck.
Yeah. Nah, and I think it loses the essence, bro. Like of, you know what I mean? Like you write a record, and I mean, there would be like no feeling to the music. You know, if I mean,
It's synthetic emotion. They're just mimicking what they got from someone who actually felt that shit. You see what I mean?
Yeah. That was a good one right there. Synthetic emotion.
Yeah, it's not real. They're making you think that you're feeling it, or they're making you think that there's feeling coming from there, but it was actually just something that was relayed from a real person, and then a computer took it and say, "Hey, this is our version of it."
Yeah. What's like a crazy moment that you've had the chance to experience like with a fan, you know what I'm saying? Like a moment.
One cool moment that I had, I went into this gas station with my kids. I went to go get them like hot chocolate or whatever we went to go get.
Yeah.
And there was two girls that were working the register. And so I walk in and one of them starts looking at me kind of funny, like, you know what I mean? And I'm like, what's up? And she's like, you look familiar. Do you make music? I was like, yeah. And then the other girl, she's like, dude, that's Ayo Soldier. Have you not heard his album? And then one snap to who I was. Like, oh my God, it's you! What? For real? Like they started fanning out crazy, dog. And my kids are sitting there all excited, like, oh nah, like what? Because they really hadn't like gotten a chance to see that. But that was like one of the bigger moments where I seen like somebody found out because I was there. And it's getting to be more and more often. Usually when we go to public places, whether it's gas station stores, the mall, anywhere. I usually have at least one person that'll come up to you and say, "Yo, what's up?" And Soldier, like, know what I mean? So it's really exciting to see that because like it's dope, dude, to go to a public place and get recognized at least by one person every single place I go is dope.
Yeah. Nah, definitely, man. That's definitely a great feeling for sure, you know? And
Yeah, I
and
never had to do so. Like to go through all that is just an amazing experience. I'm super grateful for it, and I'm glad that I didn't quit. So many times I wanted to fucking quit.
yeah, man, what's the journey been like, you know? Like what's been like the like uh like a tough time where you were like kind of on the edge of like just like giving up, you know?
You do go through those moments during the come up where you want to quit just because like me, I find myself seeing other artists and I'm like, fuck, like they're doing big shit. He's doing big things. He's doing that show. He got on the radio. And then you start feeling down on yourself to where like, fuck, like I don't have those accomplishments. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. But then once you start really paying attention to your own hustle and focusing on your own shit instead of focusing on what someone else is doing, then you stop putting out those comparisons to yourself to where you don't even think about it. You're just focusing on what your goal is and what your goal is and making sure that your shit sounds good. I remember that King Lil G song, I did like 7 different mixes of it because I wasn't happy. I wasn't happy. And I remember like during that time I sent it to FETTY and he's like, bro, it sounds fine. I think you're overhearing it. Like
Yeah.
this sounds just as good as the previous version and the version before that. Like I think that you've run it through your ears so much that you need a break from it. And so I
Yeah.
took a break from it, and then once I came back, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm tripping. This fire, and then I put it out.
Yeah. What's with has there ever been a record that like you didn't promote it as much, but that's the one that like the fans appreciated more or
Like this.
appreciated like
That's
this?
not. I haven't really. At first, I didn't promote much of it, and I didn't use it much like as a sound for my videos and content. And
Mm.
then a lot of people started telling me like, I really like that song like this. And then playing it at the shows, watching people react to it, or the way they would just start dancing, I'm like, all right, there's something here. Like, you know what I mean? And so I started using it a little bit more often, and now I have like plans for a music video for it. But at first, it wasn't one that I was really pushing heavy because I didn't know people would react to it like that.
That's crazy. And then which one did the opposite? You know, which one did you promote heavy that you think didn't the people or maybe haven't responded as big as you like anticipated? Maybe you
One,
haven't experienced it yet.
one that I haven't experienced yet. I have a song on there called "Where I'm From," featuring a local artist named 98 Doe.
Yeah.
That one, I think that because there's a lot of city pride in that song, and so I feel like that one hasn't really gotten a chance to really like test the waters and see how people are gonna take to it. I had a friend of mine that I used to hang out with. Like he made like he's a content creator, So he made a video using that song as the background music, and a lot of people took to that video that he made and like to the song. And so that's where I'm like, all right, maybe people might fuck with it if they got a chance to hear it and see it more. And I've been listening to it a little bit more, like, you know what I mean, as I'm doing things in my headphones or whatever. But that's one that I haven't really took the time to push it, but I think people might take to it.
And how do you feel about like you like some of your older music, like unreleased older music, right? Like,
So if you go to YouTube, I had two channels, my old YouTube channel and then my new professional one where I'm like really pushing as a professional artist. If you go back to my old channel, you can scroll back to my early music. Bro, that shit was garbage. I don't know, I don't know like I thought I was the hardest rapper alive back then, and I'm like, I listen to that shit now and cringe. I'm like, bro, what was I thinking? But you gotta take those steps. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta like look back and see the growth. When I first started rapping, I wasn't the greatest. I didn't know a whole lot, and I would just sound like what I was listening to, and I was rapping about shit that I was listening to, and then eventually I started feeling like a liar. Like, you know what I mean? I'm like, no, I'm not living the way I'm rapping. I'm not doing and spending money the way I'm acting on these songs. And I didn't like feeling like that. So then I started adjusting my lyrics to match what I was actually doing and living. And then from there, I started just keeping it real with the song. So now what you hear is what I'm actually doing and living.
yeah, no, I think it definitely like it definitely like you're able to see the growth, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's dope. I think you got to respect the process 100%, you know?
Yeah, it's a journey, dude. Like at first, you're too focused on like what the goal is. I want to make it. I want to do this. I want to reach greatness. And then you forget to appreciate those little wins, those little come ups. Like, you know what I mean? You sit there and you get ungrateful because you get 10 likes, 5 likes, 15 likes instead of hundreds and hundreds. But I'm like, if I had 15 people standing in front of me right now, hyping me up because my song is dope, bro, I'd be lit. You see what I mean? So we got to be able to appreciate the little wins just as big as the big wins. If you're performing for 5 people, perform like it's Madison Square Garden regardless, bro.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. How do you feel about the music scene in Mexico?
In Mexico, you know what? I haven't gotten a chance to explore a whole lot down there or make appearances down there. So I really don't know. I had interactions with a few artists out there, but not enough to be able to know what the scene is like. What I have noticed is like there's a lot of freestyle battling down there. It's real big, the battle scene down there.
Yeah, no, 100%. And because you mentioned like Rich Vagos, right? Head Mackey's, you mentioned Santa Fe Clan, right? And I'm also a fan. I'm also a fan of those guys, right? I'm also a fan of like you got like the whole team from Alzada,
Alzada, yep.
you know. Or I think all of them are doing fire things too. Oh, you mentioned Tornillo. Tornillo is dope too. You know, I think Sinful Pecador. I mean, he's from Long Beach, California.
Secan is one that I think I would like to work with as well. Secan is one that I like to have.
Secan for sure. Oh, Aleman. Yeah, we mentioned Aleman. I think there's a lot.
Another one, Neto Peña gets down.
Oh, Neto Peña. Yeah, Neto Peña. Alma Negra. I think he's definitely dope too. Um, yeah, Just Bones.
Time, dude. Within due time, we'll make it happen. Like, know what I mean? I mean, we're making things happen as we're going along now. So I have no doubt of our capabilities now. Like right now, my motivation is through the roof, just because we keep opening doors that I didn't think we could open. And so now it's not a question of can we do it. Now it's how we're gonna do it.
Right. And Sometimes all it takes is just that one record, right?
Right. I mean, look, that's what that song with MC Magic, Something About You. That's like when that song was out, it was everywhere, bro. Everybody had it. I had people telling me that they heard it on the radio in their city, and I'm like, I never even sent them that song. Like, no, I mean, I never even submitted this song to that radio station, and they're playing it. I got people like, bro, we hear you on the radio in Phoenix. I'm like, I never set foot in Phoenix in my life. You see what I mean? So that's super dope to be able to go through that, and for people to actually enjoy and appreciate my work.
Yeah, for sure. Did you get to see the what J. Cole just released?
He just put out some new shit
Yeah, he put out something for the new album he's dropping.
for the Fallout, right?
Yeah, I honestly I haven't seen it because I want to wait till like after, you know what I'm saying? Because just to kind of like not, I mean, not to say not to fall for the hype, but like I'd rather catch it after the hype type of thing.
Okay, okay. But yeah, dude. Fuck, I wish I could like at least play some of my new album, dude. But I don't know if it'll take away from my previous album. I don't want to get people too excited about the new album because then I don't want everybody to start ignoring Reload. Reload still got a lot to go left. But
Yeah.
this new song that like it with one of the big artists that I was able to get is super dope, dude. So I'm so excited. Like maybe
Yeah.
I'll show you time so that way you can check it out.
Does it allow you to play the audio like from your end? Because when I was playing your album and then some copyright message.
Yeah, it happens to me too, dude. I'll be on live listening to my own music and I get kicked out.
That's crazy. Yeah.
The music for this new album, I don't have it out yet, so there's no like the systems for music don't know that you're playing music that's gonna be copywritten because it's not out yet. So like if I was to play it, matter of fact, my top play it. Fuck it. Just give me 1 second. I'll play it. I'll give you a hint of who's featured. Yo, Fetty, I'm gonna play that feature, dog.
If I get it exclusive.
Yeah, y'all getting the exclusive, dude. Where is it? Where is it?
This is episode number 60, y'all. We're about to get an exclusive.
All right. This is so fresh. This is it's the final mix, but it hasn't been mastered yet.
Okay.
This is so fresh. Watch this. Watch. There's not a whole lot of people watching out here, so it's cool. Yeah. Right back. Put the money up, make it quick come back. If it's not loyal to you, we don't fuck with that. Stay on a mission, got a vision for the stacks. Run it back, yeah, run it back. Put the money up, make it quick come back. If it's not loyal to you, we don't fuck with that. Stay on a mission, got a vision for the stacks. Yeah, run it back, yeah, run it back. I had a dream I made it big time. And just to celebrate, I hit him with a hit song. So many ways to make money, homie, pick one. You ain't gotta be that poor up on a stick one. But listen, I ain't stopping, came a long way. I had to spit drugs, I guess you wasn't here for the long stay. Mama wanted me to shoot a ticket, what mom said. But then I came with what I did without that heartbreak. I'm still standing, reaching greatness, and I just started. A real kid from the hood, and they have not forgotten. My homie still carry that breaker, started from the bottom. I never thought I'd reach my way up to the top of the I'm not quitting, I'm uplifted, I'm muscated, I'm bust lyrics. My mic don't have any dust in it. Come fuck with me, I'm running this and I love this shit. Be frustrated, I keep on winning and I'm not running back. Put the money up, make a freaking comeback. If it's not loyal to you, we don't fuck with that. Stay on a mission, got a vision for the stats. Run it back, yeah, run it back. Put the money up, make a freaking comeback. If it's not loyal to you, we don't fuck with that. Stay on a mission, got a vision for the stats. Run it back, yeah, run it back.
That's crazy.
wanna be in the cockpit.
That's right there.
Loud and obnoxious. Obsessed with success and ain't stopped yet. Glow stick nauseous. Me lose my pop. Now finally realize they ain't stopped yet. Smart dive off of forever study the motion. Shining right before the world like young coffee. Stepping up on my big boss. I'm proud. I'm put in a Honda Accord. You hold on. I'm a boss, bitch. Beyond rich. Get it right. But you need to retire. I finally get it right. God did it. Yeah, I was born to start. Still stars listen. I don't hold grudge, judge, I was forgiven. Yeah, I ball heavy until I'm called to heaven. I don't hold grudge, judge, I was forgiven. Yeah, I'm about to back. Put the money up, make it for the comeback. If it's not loyalty, we don't fuck with that.
Ooh, that's a smash. And that's going on the next album?
Ah, baby.
So let me tell you a little story, dude. I met T.I. when I was 15 years old. I'm 35 right now. Just so you know, just so you can get context. I met T.I. 15 years old. He was doing the Paper Route tour. And I don't know if you know, but back in the day, he had gotten in trouble with the law over some stuff that he was doing.
Yeah.
And as part of his probation condition to be able to tour, the judge told him that he had to go and hold like a assembly with youngins, with teenagers, and to push like healthy choices and stay away from gang violence and drugs and that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And so to be able to be on tour, the judge made him do that. So when he came to Albuquerque, he held his conference thing with the youngins, and I was there. I was 15 years old. And so I got a chance to talk to him, and I told him, well, what's it going to take to get you on a song with me? And he told me, when you're popping in Albuquerque, when you popping in the U.S., when you popping globally, come talk to me. And at first, I took it offensive, dude. I took it as, oh, he said I'm not good enough. Oh, he said I'm not famous enough. I was a kid. I was ignorant, so I took it wrong, dog. I was a little bit offended by it. I'm not going to lie. But over time, I got to understand. And so now, this year, my album went #2 globally. My fucking music is exploding. My numbers are going through the roof. My following is growing. People know who I am. So now I came back around. I'm like, hey, I get that feature now. You see what I'm saying? So it took me since then to come back around and get that feature done, but I finally got it, bro.
And what did he say? What did he remember you? Did he recognize you?
No, he's not gonna remember me at all. There's no way he's gonna remember that interaction whatsoever.
You remember when you shut me down type of thing and you told me to come back later?
I do understand what he meant though. Like when he's like, bro, when you're, doing bigger things, come talk to me. It's like now I understand that in a sense of like, if he would have gave me that feature, I think it would have been counterproductive because my talent, my development, my hustle just wasn't there yet. So I don't think it would have been able to have the impact that this song is going to be able to have now.
Yeah, and I get that. No, and that's definitely a good way to see it too, though. You know what I'm saying?
At first, I was offended. I was like, "Oh, he said I'm not good enough. Oh, he thinks he's too famous." No, it's just it was an adult talking with reason and with business knowledge to a child that didn't know much yet.
Yeah, and who would you say is like your biggest inspiration?
I don't know if I have a biggest inspiration as one person. I think I have like stories that I know of people who I admire that, that inspire me. So like again, Kerameki is one of the reasons why I look up to him and his music so much is because the story that I learned about him, how he was with a certain label, he went into huge debt. He left the label, started doing his own hustle, and then his music blew up so bad without him even realizing it that his debt was paid off and some, and he was able to collect a big check with the extra money after paying off his big debt, took that money, invested it, blew up his team, and now Rich Rockets exists off of that move. You see what I mean? That was inspiring to me. To be able to like come from nothing and blow it up, or even being, millions of dollars in debt, and being able to surpass that without even realizing that you worked so hard that you paid off your debt, and now you have a check waiting and didn't know. Like that's inspiring.
Nah, for sure. What was what label was he with before?
Mexa Mafia.
Oh, okay.
The group called Mexa Mafia.
Yeah, I couldn't remember because I remember he before he had Rich Vagos. I know he was a part of a different team. I do remember that, but I couldn't remember the name of the team. You know what I'm saying?
An underground group called Mexa Mafia, and then he ended up switching and going to start his own under Rich Vagos, and then from there it just took off.
That's crazy. That's crazy. I
And
know that's
like, he went and got a house. He said, "All right, let me get a producer, let me get a cameraman, let me get a photographer, let me get a chef, let me get a singer, let me get a beat maker." You see what I mean? He curated his team to be for everybody to play a specific part and run like a well-oiled machine. And so, like again, those are the examples that are inspiring to me. Like now we're able to see that. I'm like, all right, this is a successful team, and this is how they did it. We should probably move the same. You see what I mean?
yeah. And you mentioned from your label, everyone is from a different city, right?
So we have some that are from here, but for example, Yenko, he's from Mexico DF, but he grew up in Arizona and then now he's in Albuquerque. Ozzy's from New Mexico. I was born in Torreon, Coahuila in Mexico, but I grew up in Albuquerque. Romy Rome is from California. Fetty, he's from here, but he bounces from Arkansas and back and forth. Don Wick, he's from Memphis. Gmo, he's out from LA, but he's in New Mexico. UK, he's from Compton, but he's out in New Mexico with us. So yeah, I mean everybody's from a different place, dude.
Oh, okay. But everyone is in New Mexico.
The only ones that are not in New Mexico right now are Don Wick. He used to be, but he's not. And then Romy Rome is the only one that hasn't been out here.
And are like so because what I've noticed is that sometimes it gets complicated to put together a solid team. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean? Like not everyone wants to put in the work. You know what I'm saying?
Especially when you have a lot of rappers. Like I used to run with a different team, and although I love my old team as well, the problem that landed there is that everybody was too busy trying to be the number one superstar instead of putting the team as the forefront. They wanted to put themselves at the forefront. And when you're running as a team, it can't work like that. You can't be working with a team where everybody wants to be that motherfucker, where everybody wants to be the superstar. Like everybody has to have their opportunity to shine. Like it's not about just one person, regardless of who has the bigger following or not. Everybody has to have an equal amount of priority or an equal amount of importance to be able to work right. If I'm focusing on myself only and the label's only paying attention to me because my group following is the biggest so far, then the rest of the team is going to end up being left behind. They're going to grow resentment. They're going to want to bounce and do their own thing elsewhere. Like we got to be able to pay attention to each artist individually, so that way everybody gets their time to shine. And also making sure that the big opportunities are open also for them, not just for the bigger artists on the label.
Yeah. No, that's definitely true, bro. Because I've definitely experienced, you know what I mean? Obviously, trials, tribulations throughout the years, you know. So it gets it could get pretty difficult sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes I mean sometimes like a lot of great things happen from a bad situation.
Yeah, sometimes things go wrong and it turns out to be blessings.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Uh what's what's a time that you experienced something like that during your music career?
Let me see, something bad that happened that turned out to be a blessing. Huh, interesting question. Let me think. Something that turned out to be a blessing. Huh. Okay, so I don't know if it's really music related. Well, I guess it is. I went out to Juarez to go watch a comedy show by a comedian named Franco Escamilla.
Yeah.
And the tickets that we bought were meet and greet tickets. I just didn't know that the meet and greet was before the event, and I tried to go after the event. So when I
Oh,
went to
okay.
go to the meet and greet, they're like, oh, that was before the show. You missed out. The guy that gave me that information was one of the opening acts for that show. And he tells me, well, I'm signed to Franco Escamilla, and I have my own podcast on his YouTube channel. Since you make music, how would you like to be a guest on my show?
There you go.
And I said, fuck yeah, like, you know what I mean?
Ah,
So
there you go.
if it wasn't because I missed the meet and greet with Franco Escamilla, I wouldn't have never met this other comedian who invited me to his podcast, which is on the Franco Escamilla show. I don't think Franco would have told me, come join me on my podcast. I think he would have done his meet and greet, took a picture, shook my hand, told me thank you, and went on about his business. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? But the other comedian after the show, and I told him, well, I make music and this and this and that. He's like, well, let's have you on the show. My podcast is on Franco's channel anyway. You see what I'm saying? So that
Yeah.
was one that was definitely, I haven't got a chance to go yet. We're still in the arrangements to go. I got to go to Mexico to do it. But
Yeah.
that was a blessing for sure to be able to meet him and to get that invite, even though I didn't get a chance to go say what's up to Franco. You see what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. And is there any celebrity that you think that if you were to come across them, like you would get fanned out?
Franco is definitely one that would
Yeah.
get fan. I don't think I would fan out much with other rappers because I'm a rapper myself. But like for example, like maybe like the OG ones that I grew up listening to, like Aquid, I think I might fan out. Um, who else? Who else? Franco definitely one. Keramekis, I don't know if I would fan out. Just because like how do I see it? I see myself being able to reach the same level of greatness as some of the artists that I look up to. Like, know
Right.
what I mean? So I
Right.
almost see myself like, bro, we could be homies instead of me fanning out on you. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
almost like, yeah, like an equal versus someone that I admire and look up to. Like, bro, you are fucking like you see what I'm saying? It's a little bit different.
Yeah. Like basically, they're like one of our peers, basically.
Yeah, exactly. You're like one of my peers as an artist, but when it's like someone who does something different than what I do, and I grew up enjoying it or like looking up to it, that's when it's like, all right, I'm a fan out.
Yeah. I remember like I've had the chance to meet Baby from Cash Money.
Oh
Um,
shit, okay.
yeah, and then also the brother Slim.
Slim, yep.
Bro, I've had the chance to meet like Mario Lopez, Plies, um, Nas. No,
You been
uh,
now?
nah. No, not Nas. Nas is someone that I would love to meet, bro. Like I would love to meet Nas. He's definitely one of those that I would
Hey,
love
yo,
to.
hey, hey. So homie said he would love to meet Nas, dog.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we got some surprises coming, dog. We got some surprises coming.
I got the chance. I got the chance to meet Wiz Khalifa. Wiz Khalifa is
Yes,
dope.
sheesh.
um, who else? Oh, Busta Rhymes. Busta Rhymes is definitely one of those. Um, are you a fan of like Griselda,
Oh, bro, Benny the Butcher, dog.
right?
Benny
Right?
the Beast, fool.
Have you ever tried rapping over a one of those drumless beats?
Drumless beats?
Yeah, it's
Um,
without the drum pattern.
I don't remember. I'm sure I could, but I don't remember off top if I have. I don't think I've ever rapped to a beat that didn't have drums.
Yeah, that basically like you know what I mean. Like basically your flow would be the bass to the or you know what I'm saying? Like you would rap to the, I guess to the drum pattern, I guess.
It's like the melody, but with no drums.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll do one. I'll do one just to do it, just so I can say I did it.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah,
For
nah.
sure.
And what's something that you'd like to mention to your fans? You know what I'm saying? Maybe something that they don't know about you. You know what I'm saying? That you would like for them to know, type of thing.
As of recently, more than ever, I've been a lot into mental health, bro. Exploring mental health, pushing mental health onto other people, finding tools that are effective to promote mental health and making sure that people are like mentally stable, regulated, and not only making sure that for myself and for my kids that we're in a good headspace and that we're good mentally. So I've been real big on that lately. Only because like I mean, just like everybody, I've gone through some crazy shit that sometimes may not put me in the best mental headspace, but that's counterproductive for the kind of life that we're trying to live. And it's no good to be out there like putting out bad vibes, bad energies, like, know what I mean? So to be able to keep yourself regulated and to keep yourself in a good headspace is a good skill to learn. I mean, I'm not perfect in any way, just like everybody else. Everybody has their moments. And so but yeah, like in the last couple months, I've been real big on mental health and on the tools that promote it.
That's fire, man. No, definitely, definitely. I think that's a huge topic nowadays. I think more than ever.
Yeah, I don't know, like I feel like it's an important conversation that we don't have often, and it gets brushed off, and like a lot of times, like people discard mental health and therapy as something that is either like embarrassing or disgraceful or a weakness. Like people think that it's a weak thing to want to explore therapy, but it's like, a person that has asthma, they'll go to a respiratory doctor. A person that breaks a leg, they're gonna go get surgery. You're gonna go to someone that's gonna help you treat whatever you broke, whatever you hurt. So why not do that with your brain? Why not do that with your emotions and the things that you're feeling? Like your brain and your emotions are quick to put you in a fucked up physical state if you don't even know. Like, you know what I mean? Sometimes a lot of people are out there getting sick because they're stressed, because their mental health ain't in the right place, and then they go out there and get medication to treat what they got sick for, but they don't treat the mental space that they're in, and now they continue to live a stressed out life, and their mental state ain't right. They're irritated all the time, fighting left and right with people, and just not even realizing why, because they're not getting to the bottom of why they're not mentally healthy, dude. So go to your therapist if you have a therapist. Find a way to let your emotions out without being destructive and harmful. That's just what I'm on.
Yeah, nah, that's definitely a big one right there for sure. So definitely, respect for that one for sure. You know, what was what hold on a second. This one, I'm gonna take it a little bit left field right now with this one, right? Um, and it's only because I just saw an article which is pretty bugged out. It has nothing to do with music. You know what I'm saying? Just keeping it real. Um, okay, so you know how like COVID, you know what I'm saying, that whole time period. So I just saw this thing on that they were mentioning. I think it was a whistleblower that someone that was working for Pfizer, and they were saying something crazy about like that the vaccine, it was actually meant to like damage people rather than like like it had no purpose basically. Like there was no cure for, there was no COVID, and it was like impossible to have a vaccine that would be, you know what I mean, like basically approved in that short period of a time.
Yeah, well, from what I understand, they put it out so quick. How can you possibly do all that and still have enough time to do clinical trials and see what kind of side effects it was going to have on the general public and still deem it safe for everybody? You
Yeah.
like you did enough testing that nobody had allergic reactions? nobody had any like bad effects. Everybody just took it properly and it was safe for everybody? Or was it just a big cash grab?
Yeah, that's a big one right there. How did during that time how did that affect your music career in any kind of way, or did it like were you locked in the studio during that time kind of thing, or
I was doing music during that time. I was still putting my first album together, and so that one I hadn't grown as much as I have as an artist then,
okay,
and I was working a business that I had opened during COVID because everything shut down during COVID. So I opened up a business kind of like DoorDash where you can order like food, snacks, household products, and they will get delivered. And so that's mostly what a lot of my attention was going into is the businesses that I was trying to develop while I was doing the music thing. And being that we were locked in, like not able to leave, that was one business that was actually thriving because people were ordering things since they couldn't go to the store.
yeah, for sure, for sure.
There was a shortage of face masks. There was no face masks anywhere, at least not in my city. And so we were going out looking for materials to start making them, and there was no fabrics, there was no elastic, there was no nothing. So we got a little bit smart. I went to Walmart and I bought every single bed sheet that was on that shelf, and then went to every Walmart in town and bought out every bed sheet that I could find. And
That's
that
great.
was face masks. And then I bought hair ties, like rubber bands, and we used those as the elastic for the ears. And we turned my house into a little face mask factory, bro. And we pushed over 5,000 masks.
That's crazy.
Getting orders from like general public, but then we're also getting like orders from like Taco Bell and Denny's, Home Depot, like all these businesses that wanted masks as uniforms for their employees. And
Oh,
then the orders started coming in wholesale where we got gas stations that want, oh, well, give me a box of 1,000 so we can sell them. And that, like, you know what I mean? That's how we were moving with the face mask. And then once everything opened up, it went away.
wow, that is crazy. Yeah, that's been a pretty cool story, or you know what I'm saying, like an entrepreneurial story, you know what I'm saying, during a bad time, obviously, right? And I mean, I'm not laughing, but
Everybody's like, oh, we don't have money, we don't have this. And I'm like, well, I'm hustling, dude. Like a lot of people trip out, but during the COVID time, I bought 4 vehicles
yeah,
off of just hustling. I bought a
yeah,
computer van, I bought a truck, I bought a luxury car, I bought a business card for my delivery business, I bought a vendor food cart. Like I bought all kinds of stuff off of just hustle money during that time.
yeah, you were getting it. That's fire.
Yeah, and we had that, and then I also had I was running a car wash that I opened up. Well, I had a cookies business, and we were selling wholesale left and right. Like that was a whole another thing that fell apart. We almost came up on 500,000 off of that one, but hurt to let it go. But whatever.
Yeah.
Like I
Nah,
just don't entrepreneurship on top of the music.
for sure, for sure, for sure.
You
Nah, and
have
it's that, and forget about it. Like, and a lot of the times, like, I think when a music artist, you know, he decides that he's gonna actually pursue it, um, they don't even realize that legitly, like, there's so many markets, you know, just from doing music,
yeah,
you know.
that's a market for everything, and especially with music, you can take it pretty much anywhere, bro.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. I remember when we toured in Mexico and we did a show in like Yucatan and Tulum, and bro, just seeing like off of the strength of music that you go and you know, like you go back, you know, to the motherland and you go perform and then you see how much they appreciate, you know, the music. It's like it's amazing, bro.
Oh, I got a lot of family down in Mexico, and they see me as like the superstar. Like I don't see myself that way, dude, but they see me like as this mega famous superstar. And then they see the content and the videos and the stuff that I post on my Instagram, and they just sitting there like amazed, dude. But because I mean, if you look at where we came from in Mexico, we didn't have much, dude. Like not only we came from the like dirt poor. And so now they see me and they're like, oh, well, he's in the studio and he's got famous people on his tracks and he did that TV show and that radio show and that podcast and that concert. And they're just sitting there like just filled with pride because how did one of us from my family manage to reach such, like, not I mean, such milestones? And
Yeah,
even I get shocked by it sometimes, like, bro, I'm just me.
yeah, yeah. What's it like for like, because okay, quick a quick story, right? I mean, I also have kids, right? And then my 7-year-old tells me, he goes, how big of a celebrity are you? You know what I'm saying? And then he be saying that like in school they be talking about me type of thing.
That's dope as fuck, dude. Like I recently had a similar experience with my son, dude, because they're in high school,
Yeah.
and I picked him up from school, and like some other kid walks by my son. He's like, "Oh, later, bro." And I was like, "Oh, later." And my son's like, "Dad," I was like, "What's up?" You know how I met that guy? I was like, "How?" He was listening to your music on his Bluetooth speaker, and he asked me, "Bro, do you know Ayo Soldier?" And I just told him, "It's my dad." I'm
That's,
bothered as fuck, but that's my dad.
yeah, that's fire.
That kid had met me at my album signing release, and
Oh,
I had an album release party at the mall, and that kid was there,
that's
and
dope.
he happens to go to school with my son.
Yeah. Nah, it's definitely dope to inspire, you know, to inspire the next that are coming up, you know?
Yeah. And like and you like now I get like younger artists that are hitting me up like, oh, how did you do this, bro? Or we should work, or let's do a song together. And I'm like, all right, like show me that you got. I want that like Ti told me. I'm like, all right, show me what you got, and then I got you. Like, know what I mean? Now I'm not
Yeah,
gonna be all Ti like, oh, you gotta go global, and you like, no, I mean, I just want to see that you're actually willing to put in the work, and then you're just not asking me for a verse because my shit popping right now.
yeah, exactly. Nah, that's definitely fire, bro. Nah, and definitely keep pushing, you know. I think you're doing great things, you know, and you know, as I mentioned earlier, you know, where hip hop has no borders is a show where we like to shed light on dope talent, you know, and you're definitely right there with it, you know what I mean? So definitely keep pushing it, and you know, like I mentioned earlier, this platform is definitely, you know, you guys are welcome here. Our doors are always open for you guys, you know, the whole team at All Cost Entertainment, you know what I mean? So shout out to everyone. Shout out to my sponsors, you know. Shout out to La Costeña. I got La Costeña on board. Shout out to W Energy, you know, Los Munchies, the GL Print Shop, you know, Chris Hubis Artwork, A to Z Studios. If you guys you know, get the chance and like look into all these sponsors that I got on board, man, everyone is doing great things, you know. That's that almost like the same like you were mentioning about, you know, the whole at all costs entertainment. Like everyone is grinding and everyone is growing. You know, that's definitely, it's dope to see that everyone's active, everyone is pushing their craft. You know, and I think right now more than ever is the time where people need to, you know, unite and kind of like be, you know, be one. You know, if that makes sense.
There's
You
room
know,
for in the game, bro. There really is.
hell yeah, hell yeah.
Oh,
And it's definitely, I could definitely see a lot of great things coming out, um, out of the whole team that you guys got. You know, I think there's a dope lineup of talent, and at that I kind of briefly looked into the other artists that are under, you know, the imprint, but you know, that album for sure, you know, for everyone that's gonna catch this later on, definitely make sure to go stream, run up them numbers on that album. Reload, you know, is doing great on the charts. You know, what's where do you see yourself in like the next like 5 years?
oof. In the next 5 years, I see myself still making music, but I think I'll be playing more in the executive role and helping artists grow. Like, you know what I mean? Kind of like walking them through that path that I'm walking now, so that way
Yeah,
they can same doors. I do
yeah,
want to get into film production. Like, I do have a script for something a project that I want to film, and so that's something that I want to start like moving into in the near future. Um, Definitely want to, like, you know what I mean, raise my bank account and get myself a bigger house, get myself some toys, and go travel the world for sure. Let me see. I Low key, in about maybe 10 years, I want to start dabbling with stand up comedy. I've always liked comedy. I've always liked funny stuff. I don't know how good I'll do. I mean, it's something that I just want to do for fun. I'm not too crazy passionate about making like a living off of it or becoming like the greatest comedian that ever worked. It's just something that I want to try to do it just because it seems fun. But
yeah.
like, oh yeah, the music is always going to be there. The business is always going to be there. I'm always going to be interested in entrepreneurship. I'm always going to be interested in the music. And I think I'm always gonna have a thing for helping other artists like grow and build. I've always done that since even when I first started making music as a kid. Like I always looked for someone else, like, you know what I mean, that may have talent. I'm like, hey, come work with me, come like do this with me. And so I've always like grown teams of people to work with music. So I think I'll continue to do that still.
That's fire, man. Nah, definitely wishing you the best, in all the future endeavors, what's a podcast, what's a podcast that you're a fan of? Like like a well-established podcast that is out there nowadays.
Let me see a podcast that I watch. I definitely keep up with Snow's Everyday Days. Other podcasts. Not that I'm a fan of them, but I watch them just to kind of keep up with the culture. So, like, I've watched a few interviews with No Jumper. I watched a few interviews on like Flat TV, for example. I keep up with like things to do with music culture. There was a podcast or a show that I used to watch before called Everyday Struggle. It's been years, like maybe like 5, 6 years since I seen an episode, but that one was a really good one as well, and it was really like focused on the culture. So if it's just like informational, Bootleg Kev is another one. But if it's informational or something that helps push the culture, I like to like stay updated and educated on what's going on. So
Yeah.
I'll usually watch it. I don't really have like a favorite like podcast or show that I like go to. It's just like, not I mean, the ones that I find interesting enough on based on what they're talking about.
Yeah, I get you. Nah, that's fire, bro. Well, yeah, man. I think is there any last words you'd like to share with your fans and maybe some new fans that you might gain after this episode or maybe after they catch that album, because that album Reload is definitely worth, what I'm saying, looking into for sure for Yadana. You know,
Oh,
um,
thank you for having me. Like, you know what I mean? It's dope as fuck to be part of the show. For letting me have an episode here on your platform. Shout out to everybody that came in and watched the live. Shout out to everybody that's about to go listen to the album if they just got to see me for the first time. Much love to everybody who already listened to the album and everybody who's been supporting. Go follow me on Instagram at It's Ayo Soldier. Follow Imperio TV, all the artists on the label. Follow my label, ATALCOSTENT. And yeah, check out the album and everybody else that's working on the label is killing it. If you guys have any questions, anything you want to know, I mean, I'm not hard to find. I'm easy to reach. I'm not stuck up. If you have any questions, I'll answer them. We good. I'm gonna go drop a comment on my stuff and new music coming next year. You got a chance to hear that. What'd you think of that? Of that unreleased?
which one with Ti?
Yeah.
That's that's a smash, bro. That's
Fuck yeah.
the beat is fire. I like the hook. I like your verse. Your verse is tough. Ti did his thing for sure. You know, I funny thing
the features that we have, because like not just me, like Yanko, UK, Fetty, like everybody got some fire features for their projects. Like I can't say a whole lot about who for them. You know what I mean? When they get on the platform, if you got them on the platform, then they'll get a chance to speak on who they're working with. I was just in the studio with Yanko last night working on his biggest feature yet, and that shit is fucking insane, dude.
That's crazy. Nah, definitely, definitely keep me posted, bro. Definitely send links my way when it's, you know, when those records is out, because that was definitely a smasher right there.
Yes, sir. So I'll definitely like send you some previews. That way you can get like not only you can post them on the platform if you want, and let some of the show fans get a chance to hear what we're doing. Because yeah, I'm super excited with the things that we're doing and the things that we got lined up. It's a dream coming true, bro. Little by little.
Nah, that's definitely fire, man. Yo, quick shout out to DJ Sluggo, you know. Uh, Definitely for those that are not familiar, get familiar. You know, there's a lot of dope talent we're gonna be interviewing a lot of dope people. You know, and once again, thank you, bro, for accepting the invitation. You know, you like I said, like I mentioned earlier, you definitely gained another fan. You know, over here. You know, not just with myself, but I know with everyone that's gonna catch this episode, they definitely go run them numbers up, man. That album Reload is definitely worth the listen, and yeah, y'all gonna see what I'm talking about after y'all catch that album, man. Yo, Ayo Soldier, man. I don't know. I might have to talk to management or something so we could get a feature too. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude, let me know. I'm ready.
You know, I gotta send you some stuff. I got some open verses. You know.
Hey, send me some links. I want to hear it.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. No, and definitely thank you, man. It's been a pleasure. You know, I'm the Kid Stranger, El Imperio Records, El Imperio TV, Ayo Soldier, episode 60. Any last words, bro, before we cut out?
Big thank you to everybody and big thank you to you, bro.
Love, man. Thank you once again. And yo, we're gonna have to do this in person next time too, you know, and this way there's no technical difficulties and all of that. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to connect. We're gonna have to build
Bro,
this.
let's make it happen. I'm ready.
Oh yeah, man. Yo, thank you, man. Stranger at Imperio Records and Imperio TV, episode 60. Ayo Soldier, one more time. Thank you, brother.
Yes,
And
sir.
we out.
Ciao.
Peace.